So how old were you when you had your first boyfriend?
21.
21. Who was
21, 22. It was another guy. He was Muslim, Majid.
Muslim?
But Masai, very good looking guy. Fatuma is the sister, she's in the UK. Very hot looking guy, tall. He used to play soccer. He was the best soccer player in school.
So like, how did you guys meet? Tell me how you guys meet?
We met because they used to live in a Masai land called Ngong, and my good friend used to be their neighbor. So that's how she hooked me up. At that time, the sister Fatuma, who is in the UK right now, Fatuma, shout out to Fatuma, was very young at that time. I can't even remember. I think she was like 13, 14 years old. Yeah, and yeah, that's how we met, and was my first boyfriend, but things didn't. He even wanted to marry me at one time. I was like, are you kidding me?
How long after you guys were dating?
No, actually, when I met him, I was 20, because then it didn't, 6 months didn't last long. Then I met another Kenyan guy called John, late John Molinge. He passed on.
So this Masai guy, how was the interaction? What happened? Did he approach you?
Yeah, he approached me.
Where?
Because I said one of my friends who was living in that environment, I went to school with in high school, introduced me to him because they were cousins. And as soon as he met me, he liked me, and I saw him. He was quite good looking, hot. And I was like, oh okay, not bad. So he was my first boyfriend, but he was I've got nothing against Islam. He wanted me to become Muslim. He wanted me to do so many things that were so Islamic. Not gradually, but very fast, and that wasn't going to work for me.
So he was like, because in Islamic culture, if he loves you, he wanted to get married to you straight away, or I'm one of those people. When I walk into the building, I want to stand out. I know my aura, my presence, my energy, and my drip is going to be the one that's going to pull me apart from the lot. You can be that person too. It all starts with your fashion sense. It all starts with the way you present yourself. And Fanatics, they're just them guys, man, especially when it comes to supporting your favorite team or just looking fly. This is a lifestyle and it's a mentality. Guys, there is discounts every single day. That's the best thing. That's why we've partnered up with Fanatics for a really long time. I'm very passionate about something like this. And to be able to look good and fly is always a privilege. So go click that link in the bio. Now let's get back to the video. You wanted to?
Yes, and he wanted me to change my name to Muslim.
Yeah.
So everything was quickly. During Ramadan, he wanted me to fast. So for me, that was, first of all, that is culture shock. Second of all, is like, you need to take me slowly. I'm not used to these things, like even teach me, so it was too fast, but, I already had liked him, and so I just stopped the relationship.
So do you think if you would have fell more in love with him, you could have maybe considered becoming Islamic?
Eventually, but not that fast. Eventually, there's careers. That is that I still wanted to fly. It's like, you can't, be a wife and be a flight attendant.
Really?
Yeah. So for me, that was out. This is a dream. I've been dreaming for many years. And then you tell me I can't be a flight attendant. Why are you cutting my dream off? Like, it doesn't work like that.
And you're not going to give up your dream for a guy.
That's right. You're trying to... So what are you going to give up for me? So there's so many things. You're imposing a lot of things to me. That is what I call imposing. You want me to become a Muslim? You want me to change my name? You want me to start... They call them madras classes.
What's that?
They learn Arabic and all those about... Yeah. And then you want... And I've got nothing... There's nothing wrong with that. I don't have a problem with that. It's just the way he was doing it. It's the approach and the way he was doing it that just put me off.
So it's like he was trying to rush it. It was too fast.
Yes, rushing. And then he was like... And for them, and I don't know, but I think for Muslims, most... I'm not saying all, but I know from... most Muslims is marrying a virgin is a big deal. Yeah, it's a big deal to the family. Or it's big news. It's a big deal. The mom is proud. The husband himself is proud. So for me, that was not what my life, that I had planned for my life. My life, and like you don't plan for your life what you want. Yeah, there are things you're going to meet in your life. But for me at that time is I wanted to be a flight attendant.
This video is sponsored by Eve Rabash's Patreon.
So I had just started to enjoy my life as a flight attendant.
Oh, so at that age you had already...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had already started my life as a flight attendant. No, I had not started my life as a flight attendant. That is when I was still focusing as a flight attendant, to be honest. Yes. Some things I have to remember. It's hard to remember this age, some things, memory blackout. But yes, I was still focused as a flight attendant because I think I became a flight attendant at 21. So yeah. So I made him at 20. So I was still looking at
you were too focused.
So at 19, he was still trying to... I met him when I was 19. But at 20, that's when I really got involved. But at 3-4 months, I dropped it.
So what was he doing for his life?
So he had finished school. The mother was a very big business lady in Ngong. She had so many she has a lot of property. So he was running. She had estates. She had land. They were very rich. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, they were very rich. It was land.
So is that why like he also was like if you're my wife, I don't want you working out there. I can provide for you. Yeah. You ain't got to do nothing.
That was part of it. But for me, I don't care who I marry. If I'm marrying, if I marry even if I was marrying a billionaire, I'd at least want to do charity. I go out of the house and go and do some work.
Something.
I just don't want to sit at home. I'm not that kind of person. And
okay, but would you still, if you had like, let's say, like you said, a millionaire or whatever the case may be, would you still have a career, or would you be a housewife? But let's say, for example, nowadays where you could start a YouTube channel, you're the woman, so you're going out doing things, or just, would you rather be a housewife?
So if I had a career that I have got so much passion for it and I love it, because sometimes it's not about the pay, it's about how much you love what you're doing. So if I had a career that I love so much and I've got so much passion, I'll continue. However, if I have a career and I just did it because it's a career and I have this millionaire, I would do something else. I would either do charity or do podcasts. Be a housewife, do podcasts, or be a housewife and just do charity. Get out, go do out there, do something for a great cause, help people out there, just to get me out of my comfort zone and do things for people.